But I wouldn't give up any of this stuff because honestly, even people who are listening right now or watching, if I'm helping somebody, that's my life. So if somebody goes, oh, wow, I'm not alone, they're dealing with something like that. And to me, that's a gift because I not only got through, I did it in a way that was really significant and had a lot of integrity and really grew and stuff. And I learned things, from the Bible or whatever, from meetings.
Yeah.
The tools that I need. I was not going to have those tools if these things didn't happen, right?
Hey, everybody, this is Jeff Allen. Welcome to Who Gave Jeff Allen a Podcast. We are looking for you. We have no idea where you're at, but we're going to find you, and we are going to punish you. If not me, the rest of the world for having me on this thing here. What else is going on? Real quick, Nordic Wave, cold plunge. We're still looking to sell one. It's been weeks, but I just took a cold plunge today. I hit golf balls this morning, got a little stiff and sore, sat in the cold water, got out, and I'm still stiff and sore. Not exactly a rousing sales pitch, but no, actually, I'm 70 years old, for God's sakes. I'm going to be stiff and sore the rest of my life. But anyway, cold plunge, Nordic Wave, go there, Jeff 150, save $150. We're working on a new sponsor. This is I get no money for this, but I just purchased their product called Arcos. It's an AI laser for golf, and it reads wind, it reads temperature, it reads all this stuff, puts it through, and if you enter your information into this Arcos AI thing, over time it will learn your tendencies. It will club you like a caddy. It will be like a tour caddy without an attitude. So it's a personal thing, and we're working on getting them as a sponsor, are we not? Yes, I am. I bought the product, I used the product, and I will not pitch anything on this podcast that I don't use or purchase for my own self. That way I don't have to whore myself out like so many other podcasters do, not mentioning any names. And we have we just filmed the pilot based on the book. Are we there yet? We're doing donations. We've already filmed it. We got it locked in. We got it edited. We're doing the sound and the lighting now, and we're crowdfunding the last bit of it. And you can go to my website and get the QR code. Come on down. Anything, $10, $15, $20, $25. The beauty of the world we live in today creatively is that you do not have to crawl on your hands and knees to New York or LA to get projects made. And when you can crowdfund, you hold on to creative control, and that's why we're doing this. There's some things that we're going to cover, hopefully, if the show gets picked up, that Hollywood would push us away from, certainly when it comes to the faith side of the story we're going to tell. So give us an opportunity, and believe me, you get what you pay for in this culture. So all we're asking for is just to give it a shot. Go to our website, look at this, and go to the QR code, and anything will help. It'll all add up. We have the numbers. Anyway, today's guest, I can't wait for this. I've been waiting for this, and for a while. Craig Shoemaker, my God, we're peers, man. We started pretty close, much the same time. Today's guest, I'm going to read this because it's been written, and it's better than anything I can come up with off the top of my head, since I have very little brain left. Is a stand-up comedy legend. I love that. Don't you know you live long enough, you become a legend?
Somebody said that?
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
With a career spanning more than 40 years. You probably know him as the Love Master. We'll get into that because I was always curious of where that came from.
Yeah.
How do you get into that? But Craig's done just about everything: stand-up, movies, TV, radio, writing, speaking, and somehow survived Hollywood with a soul intact. That in itself is a major accomplishment. He was named Comedian of the Year at the American Comedy Awards, appeared on The Tonight Show. Was it back with Jay or with Johnny?
That's the wrong credit. I didn't do that show.
You didn't do The Tonight Show?
I don't know where that came from.
Oh, wow. So good. You and I both.
The Late Show, but not that show. No.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well, that's great because I've had people come to me after my show and tell me, I saw you on the Tonight Show. I absolutely loved it. I go, you didn't see me. And they go, no, we did. They argue with me. I'm telling you. I said, you know what? It's not one of those credits. It's not like I saw you at a brothel,
Right.
and then you want to deny it. Well, it wasn't me.
It
But,
used to mean something, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't even mean much anymore.
Nah, not
you
that
can have
much
any
anymore.
credits. I think they should put credits on how you became a comedian. Like his father left when he was 1 day old. His mother belly danced at his high school graduation party. It's all true stories. Here he is, Craig Shoemaker. I mean, that's the stuff
well, then we'll just can this because obviously it's full of crap. Were you on Parks and Recreation?
Yes, all the rest of the stuff I'm sure is
and,
true. I don't know.
Scream 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Played the professor.
How many
film
Screams
professor.
are there now?
There's 7 now. I lived, and he promised me that I would be in more because I was, but he died. Wes Craven died.
Oh, Wes
so,
Craven.
Yeah, the director died. Yeah, so didn't fulfill the promise.
Well, the next time I'm in LA, why don't you and I go over there and we'll spit on his grave? You and me. And you've become a strong voice for recovering, healing, and helping people laugh through hard things.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that because I love that laugh therapy thing. So today we're talking comedy, faith, recovery, getting older in the business, and probably a few stories we shouldn't legally tell. Please welcome Craig Shoemaker, man.
There's no you have an applause track or anything?
Not at all. Not at all.
Usually when they say please welcome, there's something.
Please welcome.
Yeah. So
I'll
great
do
to
that.
be here, man. I've been wanting to contact you for a while, and I did, or you contacted me.
I reached out on Facebook. You wrote something prolific, which you don't even remember writing, which is.
Well, I write a lot of things.
I
I'm
know.
just wondering which one
But it was
that
about
was.
being a road comic, being on the road, and your wife is at home, and you're making the money, and then you find out these things. And yeah. But it was really profound, and we'll attach it. We'll find it, and then we'll attach it because again, if you want to know what road life is like from a comic's point of view. It was really well written, and you didn't throw anybody under the bus, which is great because you're a bitter, jaded human being. By the way,
I work on that.
by the way, you're sober as long as I am.
Yes, I am. Yes.
38 years.
Yeah.
So it was one of the funniest things was when I hung up. I told Tammy, I said, I haven't sponsored anybody in the program in decades, just because I travel so much, and normally you sponsor.
They live nearby, but these days, ever since COVID, you realize anyone could be anywhere.
Right.
You get a Zoom or a call or text or whatever it is, and so I just said, "Oh."
So I was honored that you would ask me.
Yeah, my sponsor went out after 44 years.
He went out and used again.
He did on pain pills. That's when a lot of people go out with a lot of time. That's what they go out on is pain pills. So I'm going to make sure I don't get hurt. I won't be on any motorcycles.
Well, anyway, I had my hips replaced, and they gave me Oxy. And I took it for a day, and I already doubled up. I was doubled up. My kid saw me. My kid never saw me drunk or high.
Yeah.
And he comes in, and I'm woozy. He goes, "Oh, Pops, I've never seen you like that." I go, "Yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good."
Yeah.
So I tell Tammy the next day, I'm going on. I'm not taking any more pain pills. And she says, "What are you going to do for the pain?" And I said, "Nothing." And that's when she started taking the Oxy.
You can always do like a Tylenol, though.
Well, that was what I did. I did ibuprofen. But again,
exactly.
that didn't even touch
I'm sure
it.
you take that
But
every time you golf.
But the thing about the pain of a surgery is it will go away. I mean, you'll heal and it'll go away.
Yeah.
Unlike a chronic. My dad was addicted to Vicodin for the last decade of his life.
Really?
And I'd call him up and I'd go, "Dad, you can't be doing." He goes, "Why? I don't hurt." And then you call him later, and like my dad was one of these guys. He'd pick up the phone and you'd hear this. it's like he just said to himself, "Crap, it's my son."
You know what's so weird about our age is everybody's got ailments. And now they're all canceling. Like today, as soon as I got in, I contacted Dorfman. I said, "Do you want to golf?" He goes, "Oh, I got to work on my back. You with your hips." I said, "I'm going to start hanging out with only young people."
Well, we have an over/under in our group on how many holes we can go before someone brings up a surgery or an ailment.
That's exactly right. It's the ailment list.
Hole 3, everybody goes, "I said 1.5 holes. I said 4. I said, But that is.
I'm in this men's group. I might as well be the pharmacy group. It's unbelievable, and they do pass around, pills or whatever, to deal with the pain. And I'm a real natural guy. That's been going on for a long time. I'm natural healing. I believe in laughter healing.
Yeah.
Do you know? You might have read the story, but no one else has here that's watching. But My friend, a very close friend, Philly guy, we used to watch games together and everything, and he wrote Cool Runnings, Little Giants, real comedy guy. We had a lot of fun together. And he directed my first movie called The Love Master, and with Farrah Fawcett and everything. And then...
Wow, you work with Farrah Fawcett?
Yeah, I'll tell you that story. But he is... No, Michael,
hold on, I got to...
Put a pin in it.
I think of all the... I think it's the only poster I ever had on my bedroom wall.
Same here. And I couldn't believe it. Well, you want to hear... So she worked with me on the film, and I was practically calling her Miss Fawcett. Thanks for doing my movie.
Yeah.
She did it for like $100. And we get in this car, we're rehearsing. She goes, I'm just here because I want to know if that Love Master is real. And she reaches over. There was no horn in my crotch. I'm not Carrot Top. And I wasn't ready for my close-up. That was the worst part.
So what?
I was so nervous.
How'd you create the character? I mean, what?
It's a character because I was a geek in high school. I was 5'1", 92 pounds in high school. And I was always a geek. And the girls would use the F word with me, friend. I was always the friend. You know, they pee together, women pee together. You know, they took me with them. That's what a geek I was. I'm just the guy. They would be smoking cigarettes. I'm sitting on the tub. They're talking to me, peeing in front of me. They didn't care because I was like, I didn't think I was gay, but I was just such a friend. I was in gay zone. So then they were
Carolyn can speak to that. She's a woman.
Yeah.
Did you have male friends like that?
I thought you were asking me if I was a gay man.
No. She's like that. That was a hell of a segue.
No. But
she's from California. Yeah, I had friends that I didn't realize had feelings for me that I thought were just full-blown friend zone.
Oh, you're that age. I had feelings for everyone. Anything, any girl. I always say woman because my sister trained me. My sister.
So what was the hook? What was the hook?
So anyway, so they would always talk about Tommy's so hot, George is hot, and I go, I'll fix you up. No, I'll fix you. I always fix people up. I had this little high voice, and I'm thinking, just give the geek a chance. I'm the love master, baby. Yeah, I love you so good. Your neighbor will have a smoke, baby. Oh yeah, that's right, baby. You heard of naked and afraid? I get naked, you'll be afraid, baby. That's how he came out. Oh. He literally channels through me. It's this Lothario guy that a lot of women, like, I haven't met women that only want to be with him.
Right.
I swear to you, they want that bad guy. I'm not that guy. I am not that guy. I'm a nice guy. I fix people up. I fixed 9 different weddings up, marriages up. I probably hundreds of jobs. I like making people happy. That's my thing. My mom, I always try to fix her up. I used to write her letters. I used to write letters to famous people to fix them up with my mother. Like one guy, I used to collect baseball cards. I didn't care what they hit. I looked for one thing, marital status on the back. Like, so I threw out Mike Schmidt, Hall of Famer, threw him out.
Oh, my gosh.
He was married to Donna Schmidt. He was married. I was not interested. Larry Boa married to Shannon Boa. I still remember their wives' names. That's how obsessed I was. I had to get a husband for my mom. There's a guy, Tim McCarver. Remember Tim McCarver?
Oh, sure.
I think he's from Tennessee. I said, Mom, here's your future husband.
Was he a catcher?
Yeah, he's a catcher. I said, he's a catcher. I'm a pitcher. He could teach me how to pitch in the backyard. He doesn't want me. I go, yes, he does. I wrote him letters to Veterans Stadium. Dear Tim McCarver, you should meet my mother. Here's her picture in her belly dancing outfit. That's a true story. Anyway, he never wrote me back, but things take time. Joe Buck, that was his longtime partner, broadcast partner. He comes to my show. I got to know him. Told him the whole story. He laughed. Next time I see Joe Buck, he hands me a ball from Tim McCarver and it says, "Dear son, time to grow up." Love, great. Dad, a.k.a. Tim McCarver.
That's great.
Yeah. And he actually died the same time my dad did, my real dad. Isn't that weird? My dad left when I was born. Something I said. Wow. And so I've always been this guy that's like a rescuer. It's got in my way a lot of times too, but nice to people, but they always want a bad guy. At least back then they did. That's what the Love Master is.
That was Tammy. It's really funny when we were shooting the pilot. Jeff Dye, who was a handsome guy, Tammy walks in and says, "He's an alcoholic." I go, "Yeah, he's 2.5 years sober." She goes, "Oh, I would have been all over that 40 years ago." Because Tammy said, she go, every guy she ever dated was just bad, and I was. I'm shocked she stayed with me because I'm really a nice guy.
Yeah, you're not that bad. Well, maybe you were, but we all were at one time. But
so when
I was
did you
bad
start
in a
drinking?
different way.
When was that first?
Oh, that was early. That was really early. I mean, it's kind of a tough story, but I was kidnapped when I was 13.
Holy cow! Where's
Yeah,
this on the notes?
that's not. Where's that in the bio?
That's not in the bio.
How'd you miss that? The bio. How'd you
Oh
miss
my
that?
gosh! You got a Netflix show here.
Yeah,
you know? Did
well,
they catch the guy?
I'm actually crowdfunding for my show called Still Standing Up because it's hard to believe I'm still standing up through all of this. I mean, it really was a very difficult. We used to get evicted all the time. I thought the word evict meant move. I go, Mom, here's the eviction truck. She would like read a letter, she'd cry, and when we pack it up and go again. We lived in all these different places, different people and stuff. So there was no structure, there's no stability, no security, and this was this kid absorbing this tiny little kid, and I was just beaten, and but he moved to a different neighborhood, beaten up again, and
that was your mom with men at the time.
No, my mom never was with a guy. I mean, she tried to date, but how's she supposed to date? She's 10 hours a day with work, and then comes home, she's exhausted, and there's us. It was
how many siblings?
Just my sister. But
where do you fit? Youngest, oldest?
I'm the oldest brother. I have a sister. I've just found another one, by the way, another sister.
So you're the oldest.
I have another one, another sister that we found each other.
Oh, really?
Yes, and then it turned
through your dad.
Yeah,
obviously
that's
not your mom.
My mom, I would have known about it.
Yeah,
but
you would have seen it.
Maybe, but knowing my family, so yeah, it was just a very difficult life. And then I've got this father figure guy that I met him after an Eagles game, because that's what you do when you're a kid. You get into sports. I wanted to be a guy, and I did everything to be a guy, including drink, drug. That's what you do, right? And so this guy, he befriended me, and he took me to Washington, D.C. for an Eagles game, and it was just awful. It was the worst day of my life. And then he kept me there for 5 days at his ghetto pedo hotel.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
How old were you?
Yeah, I was 13. I hadn't even hit puberty yet, but
wow.
But I have to tell you something, not to get too deep, but that guy doing that really made my life significant and magnificent, because I learned true forgiveness. I learned how to work through those types of things. Eventually, at first I just drank. I tried to kill myself. Because my mom says, I told her about what happened, and she says, don't you ever tell anyone. And they say you're only as sick as your secrets. Right. And I was sick. And,
well, that's it. And people, we talk about this a lot on this show, but there are root causes to why we do what we do. Yeah. And until you get to those roots, you'll continue. And even if you give up one substance, did you find yourself, how many years or how many weeks, how many days, or did you do work before you got into the program? When you got into the before you started really getting to the roots of all of this?
Well, that took a while.
Yeah,
that took a while. Sure, it does. You have to keep on peeling. You find something else.
Well, you got sober when I did in the 80s, so that was all the self-help.
Inner child.
Yeah, the inner child.
Remember that, Bradshaw?
I used to say.
That was a very popular thing at meetings.
My inner child apparently is a whiner. Yeah, I read all of Bradshaw's stuff.
Yeah, of
Melody
course.
Beatty's.
Well, you had to heal from stuff like that. And even my mom, I had to heal from my mom. Yeah, I'll give you an example. I tried to kill myself, when I came back from Washington, D.C. and
13.
And my mom used to make sure, that's the one thing, she'd always make sure I looked good for church. I always had nice ties.
So you're a church kid?
Not really. She'd drop us off.
Catholic?
She'd drop, no, Protestant.
Protestant.
So she'd drop us off, and, I got communion and all that kind of stuff, but I wasn't really getting it. I never got it. But I always had nice ties, and then she was always paranoid about money too. So I tied them together, and I put them over a closet door. And I tied them on the knob, and I put a noose I learned in Boy Scouts, and I put a noose around. I started dangling. I was choking, and I did it really loud so she would hear me. She comes running in the room. This is typical for my mom. She goes, "Oh my God, what are you doing? Those are new neckties. I just bought those for you. Get up." And that's it in a nutshell, baby.
That's my mom. I do it.
Right.
I gash my knee and I'm bleeding in the living room. My mother walks in. First words, "Stop bleeding on the rug."
Exactly.
Get in the kitchen.
Yeah, because when you're poor, everything's about the money.
Right.
And so that's her first instinct. Not that her son's dangling, having problems, that he was just kidnapped by a serial pedophile. No, it wasn't that. It's like, what are you doing to my ties? Those new Easter neckties. But I always looked good. Everything was about looking good. Yeah. But I was suffering inside, man.
Well, absolutely.
But I wouldn't give up any of this stuff, because honestly, even people who are listening right now or watching, if I'm helping somebody, that's my life. So if somebody goes, "Oh, wow, I'm not alone," they're dealing with something like that. And to me, that's a gift because I not only got through, I did it in a way that was really significant and had a lot of integrity and really grew and stuff. And I learned things, from the Bible or whatever, from meetings.
Yeah.
The tools that I need. I was not going to have those tools if these things didn't happen, right?
Right.
You go without a map.
Well, that's it. When I first got into the program, they told me at some point you will thank God for this allergy, and I said, "You're nuts. I'll never be grateful for
How about
this."
the people that said I'm a grateful alcoholic?
I know.
I wanted to shoot them.
I know.
What are you grateful for?
Right.
I can't party with everybody anymore.
Right.
I'm not grateful for that.
Right.
And now I'm looking, I'm going,
If I didn't have it,
yeah. Why would I want to drink now? I'm so far from it now. Now it's just about life. Now it's really about working it, making sure I'm clear of resentments, do the forgiveness, do the amends whenever I need to. That's what it's about now. It's just living life, but that is not included in the thoughts. As a matter of fact, I'm repulsed about people that come up with, they have like wine breath after your show, the red wine breath. Red wine's the worst. And they come up, "You were great." And I'm going, "Oh my God, I just got a contact high. I'm a newcomer." I mean, it's unbelievable. The smell and how they're so out of it. I love being present.
Yeah.
Like I have a long night last night. I was in Pittsburgh. I was in Pittsburgh a few hours ago. I just flew in here to Nashville, but I can just be present. I don't need something to.
Well, that explains the slovenly attire. Yeah.
Yes, well, thank you for forgiving me.
Yeah. I'm kidding. I know you.
Believe it or not, I have a button.
You're one of the better dressed guests I have.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I have a button because there's a big stain on my T-shirt. I've been on the road. You know what it's like on the road.
Yeah.
I have to find somebody literally in town that has a washer dryer.
Well, I have a trad wife who does laundry, and she'll look at my shirts and go, "Oh, you ate a Taco Bell again." I go, "Damn."
Oh, I have a story about that. I've never told this before. There was a show called, it was one of those comedy shows back in the late 80s. It's shot out of New York. Do you remember what it was? Bill Rafferty, he hosted it. It was Comics Tonight or something like that.
Oh, was it the one with the John Biner?
No, not
on
Biner.
A&E? Was it an A&E thing?
It was something but they flew me there. I'll never forget. I was so...
I know Rosie had a show called Stand Up Spotlight.
Oh, sure. We were on all those shows. But this is out of San Francisco. And I was on the road for a while. And I had a big duffel bag just stuffed with all my clothes from the 80s. You know what I mean? Aka Joe. Remember Aka, ACA Joe? Gerbeau, all those things.
I had Nick shirts.
The little label. Yeah, Nick Nicks.
Yeah, when my beer gut would push the buttons out, and I could scratch my navel through
But we thought we were happening. The pleated pants.
Did you have platform shoes at any one point in your life?
I was a platform shoe guy, absolutely. So I go and I stuffed everything into a duffel bag. I was late, and my brand new manager is waiting for me. I was brand new sober too. And he meets me at the plane. This is the days no security. The pilot waits for you.
Yeah, remember
those?
that?
I love those days. Yeah. And so we go to San Francisco. And I'm a poor kid from Philadelphia. We're at the Fairmont Hotel. They have my name in gold embossing on the matches. Remember we wanted matches? Yeah. It was unbelievable. So I get in there, and I was dirty, and all my clothes were dirty. And so we go into the room. He's in the room with me, this manager. And, it's San Francisco, and you know what goes on in San Francisco. It's pretty gay. So his robe has, like, pink trim. He's got the woman's robe, and I got the blue trim robe. And we're sitting there, and we get room service. We got the table. And I called down. I said, I need my clothes washed, and I need it from the next day. And the guy comes in, and he's really Queenie, but like efficient Queenie. And he's like, he practically had tweezers picking my dirty clothes out of and putting them into a bag. He's like this. He should have put a clothespin on his nose. He's like this. And this is a true story. Strike me dead. And he calls me back, right? I said, just take all take Armani, And he goes, "Sir, hi, this is your valet." He goes, "I just thought you want to know that your bill is going to come to $700.29, and I don't think we want to spend that on Aka Joe." Now I said to him, I'm missing beat because I'm poor. I just keep the one pair of pants, just clean one pair of pants and a pair of socks. He goes, I assume you mean the socks that match. I've never told that story before.
That's great.
Yeah. That's another road story though. Remember the road and just load up the duffel bag, but you find somebody help me with my laundry.
Well, you were
here.
one of the first guys that was a true headliner.
Yeah.
To do the clubs.
I headlined early. As a matter of fact, Dave Chappelle, his first headliner was me. He was 15 years old.
Oh,
I,
wow.
I kind of predicted it too. I said, he's got something else.
Yeah.
He made $150 Comedy Cafe in Washington, D.C., and I think I booked you there. Remember the Comedy Cafe in D.C.?
I
booked,
that was above the strip joint?
above the strip joint. I booked
Yeah.
you, Archibald's.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Remember the women would walk by? That Dan
Yeah.
Harris, remember him, the Jewish Marine,
Yeah.
Green Beret or whatever, and they would walk by the strippers while you're doing the show because it was like an alleyway kind of thing, and they would walk right in front of you, and they always had a kit, and it was Windex. Remember, they all had to have a bottle of Windex because when they finished their set, they had to clean the mirror because they pressed up their nude body on the mirror, so he had them clean them. So they all walked by with the Windex.
didn't even know that.
You always knew it was a stripper downstairs.
I'll tell you, when I was working there, I'll never forget this. There were,
I booked you there.
Yeah.
Where's my commission?
I come in, I don't know.
I have a photographic memory. I could tell you what you made. Honest to God, I'll
Really?
tell you when you worked there and what you made. I have a photo because if I write it, I have a photographic memory.
Really?
But I do remember booking
That's
you there.
a curse, isn't it?
No, that comes
Is it
in
a
handy
blessing?
actually. Yeah,
So if you read something, you retain it?
if it's written in my writing.
Oh, in your
Isn't
writing.
that weird? Yeah, because I would purposely a lot of times do block writing, this writing, that writing. But I can still remember you. We worked a weekend there as in April. Yeah. Anyway, so go ahead.
Yes, in April. All I know is that there were
made
two guys chatting the whole time I was on stage. There may be 20 people in the room. I was not doing well. And these two guys were just chatting. And I stopped my show. I put the mic in the stand, and I said, I'm gonna walk out on a ledge here and guess from New York. And he goes, yeah, Brooklyn. And I said, you know how I know that? Because there's no ruder set of DNA on the planet than New Yorkers. 17 million square feet of bar space within this area. Yeah. And you two congregate right in front of me to have a, well, you ain't funny. I go, these people don't think I'm funny either, but they're showing me enough respect to listen to me and make a judgment call. You on the other hand,
you can't be funny with the rudeness because that's interrupting it. Can I curse on here? On this?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk about
I love the fact that you asked permission to. Yeah.
Well, there's another thing. I've been doing radio for years.
Now we're going to have to put a warning on this one.
No, I will not curse much, but for the story I have to because it happened. Talk about New Yorkers. I went back to Philadelphia with my son. I raised my kids to all be Eagles, Sixers, Flyers, Phillies. And you know Philly are nasty too. Those fans, they make Raider fans look like Amish people. I mean, they're nasty. So we're sitting there, little 10-year-old. Isn't this great? We flew in. They found a New Yorker around us, and they started a chant. 200 people. You suck cock. You suck cock. Everybody. My son's sitting there going, what are they saying, Dad? And I go, I'm not sure. I don't know how to answer. He goes, I think they're saying you smoke pot. That's exactly what they're saying. Right? Yeah. Those New Yorkers are stoners, just like your great-grandmother. My great-grandmother, my grandmother smoked a lot of weed.
Really?
Yeah. Come on, let me give you a shotgun. Remember the shotgun?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I took my kid to see the Rangers. One of the first agents I had in New York had 2 season tickets. Calls me up. He goes, you want to take your boy to the Rangers? I go, sure. So he's 6 years old. We take him to New York City. First thing is we're trying to inch into traffic, and some guy gets out of his car, puts it in park, and starts beating on the hood of my car. Keep going. Keep going. And my son is in the front seat. I go, wait, we're not even in the stadium yet. There were more fights in the stadium. It was Rangers, Islanders.
Oh.
Yeah. So there were more fights in the stands. And I'm telling you, my son goes, what's this game? I said, just follow the puck. He goes, what's the puck? I go, it's a little black thing. You'll see it on the ice. No lie. Halfway through the first period, my son goes, I saw it. Dad, I saw the puck. I go, there you go.
New York is a different breed, and I used to live there, and I survived that. That was not one of my
I love
times.
it. I was just at Governor's.
You like it?
I was just at
That's
Governor's.
not New York.
I like to visit.
That's not New York.
Well,
New York, you have to have money. Now that I have money, it's nice to be there. But when I didn't have money,
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
interviewing for an apartment. This guy's going, do you clean up after yourself? I felt like saying to him, do you pee in the corner? It smells like urine over here. And I'm not kidding you. It was complete. It was a stain and urine. And I'm interviewing to be his roommate because it's so expensive there. The apartments, so expensive.
Yeah, I lived in Jersey.
Everything's confined. If you do Jersey or Long Island, I lived in Long Island for a little bit. I started comedy actually with Rosie O'Donnell. We were in a improv group together. Me and her, Bob Nelson. We all,
Bob Nelson. Love Bob.
He was a legend back then.
Jiffy Jeff.
He was a legend back then. Dave Hawthorne, Vinnie Mark. We're all in this thing called the Laughter Company. And
Vinnie Mark was in there too?
Vinnie was in it too. That's where I got to know him.
on the road a bunch.
Great guy. He's such a great guy.
I worked with one of my favorite comics of all time was Dennis Wolfberg.
Oh, yeah.
Loved him, man. And I worked a series of one-nighters in Jersey with him. And see, I don't even remember the other guy. There were three of us.
Jerry Stanley.
Jerry Stanley.
Jerry Stanley was the booker.
Yeah, Jerry.
You know how you could get a gig back then is if you drove a car. If you had your own car.
Well, that was it. I had a car.
Oh, you had a car. That's you're automatic. You don't even have to do comedy because you would meet at the Improv on like 45th and 9th or whatever it was, and you pull the car up and you had an automatic spot. It's kind of like in Little League. If the guy had a catcher's mitt or a first baseman's mitt, you're automatically in the game because you got the equipment.
So funny.
Yeah, but if you drove the comics there, that's how I got to know so many comedians that ended up to be.
One of my favorite things about New York too was if somebody got beat up or mugged on the street, the first thing a New Yorker asks is, "Where were you?" And then they tell them 44th and 9th, and they go, "What time?" 11. You don't go to 44th and 9th. It's like this unwritten rule sheet of where you go to avoid getting mugged.
Oh yeah.
They blame you for being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And having a car there was not good either. They would always break in and take your radio.
I had my kid's umbrella stroller ripped off. That's when I finally just rolled the windows down when I parked. Late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, so they didn't smash the window.
So I smashed the window.
Yeah, go.
And I came in more than once where my radio was half out when I got in the car. So somebody was in the midst of ripping it off and somebody came by.
People listening to this right now, they're going, "What's a radio?"
What's
a radio?
And I was working the Village one night. It was pouring rain, and Catch paid $50, right?
Yeah.
And I'm running late. Of course, it's raining. You can't get a cab because everybody's using cabs now.
Right.
So I literally almost ran from the east side to Catch, and I come running through the door. I'm soaking wet. Richard Belzer's at the bar, and I look at him and I go, "You ever get a point in your career where you don't need $50 this bad?" And Richard goes, "I'm here for the 50."
Even him.
Yeah, even him.
He was big back then too.
Yeah, he was big.
It's just amazing to me all the things that they take for granted today. You know what I mean? Our Uber, Philly, Chicago, was a cop. That was my Uber. I just steal something. I'm going to have to take your parents. That's where I'm going. Thank you. I wanted to ask you something. Growing up in Chicago, I was talking about this the other day. I talk to my kids all the time about the differences. But, they're wussifying this generation too. The things that we did and survived. Bumper hopping. Did you do bumper hopping? Do you know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, man, Chicago, I'm surprised. If you wanted to go somewhere and it was snowing.
Oh, snowing. Okay, I know what that is. Yeah, where you grab the back
of the bumper
and
you just get slippery shoes and you could go anywhere.
Right.
You just, I'm getting out here.
So
and
you
just
hit a dry patch.
That was never good. A dry patch. You're like cruising off. It was
but you talk about this, the wussifying.
Yeah.
What was your first concert that you ever went to?
Foghat.
Foghat. Okay, how old were you?
Snow Ride. Probably 14.
Okay.
Something
now,
like
did you
that.
go by yourself?
Completely. Oh, no. A bunch of people. Actually, one of the guys got arrested on the way. We all ran from the cops. He spent the entire concert in the police station.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We had so much.
Well, Tammy, my wife and I were talking about this. Her first concert, she was 15 years old.
Yeah.
Was Kiss and Blue Oyster Cult. Her mother dropped her off.
Yeah.
At the concert.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having a 15-year-old daughter today, and you go, "Oh no, we're going together."
And Kiss, that was quite a crowd.
Yeah.
I went to that.
Well,
one
she came out. She said she was reeking of weed, and I said, "Did you partake?" She goes, "No," and I said, "You didn't partake?" She goes, "No," but my mother knew when I got in the car. It was I just reeked of reefer.
Here's another thing we did to save money. My mom we were very poor. We had a Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah, has an engine in the back, right? And it's small trunk. That was your first car?
Yeah. The trunk was in the hood.
The trunk was in the hood. Well, 5 miles short of the drive-in, because they charge by the head, she pulls over. She goes, "Get in the trunk." Swear to God. I'm in the trunk of the
We
car.
used to do that in the well of the
Wedged against the radio speaker, talking to her through the radio speaker. Are we almost there? Quiet, we're pulling up. The guy goes, "How many?" She goes, "Well, there's me, my daughter." I said, "How about your son in the trunk?" And she never let me out. She was mad at me. My first Star Wars, I heard through the trunk. But can you imagine all of this stuff that would go on today? We used to hop trains.
Oh, yeah.
A freight train.
I did that, yeah.
Until Doug Boker, this idiot, got his foot run over and he blew it for everybody. I wonder if he still has half a foot. He has to. I don't think it grows back.
Well, he could kick for the NFL.
Tom Dempsey. Yeah,
Dempsey had that
That's
stuff.
Yeah,
Remember that?
61-yard field goal.
Yeah.
I can tell you
he
his
was
holder.
fine until he kicked one 61 yards,
Yeah,
and
then
all of
it's
a
like
sudden everybody's going, the stump's got to go.
People sawed their foot off so they could to be in the NFL. Yeah. Joe Scarpati was his holder. I remember that because he was a trivia question for a while. A long time, he was the answer to longest field goal. Yeah,
right.
But we just did so many dangerous things and survived all of it. Made bows and arrows. I used to love making bows and arrows and slingshots, homemade slingshots, and yet here we are. I was just with all my friends the other day talking about it. We survived all those things, but I think it taught us things, and that's the bummer about being a father these days. I have nothing to teach my kids anymore. I want to teach them how to whistle. They'll go to YouTube.
Well, that's true.
They go to YouTube. They don't need us anymore.
Yeah.
I want to be needed, and no, my kid, they don't need anything because it's all done for them. First of all, they don't have to buy their own car. What was your first car? How much did you spend on it?
It's funny because Carolyn, her son just got his first car, but he bought that. He saved.
He did. Good for him.
Every dollar he saved.
Oh,
and the coolest thing, too, is a Mini Cooper.
Oh,
and it's so funny.
Cool.
We leave the studio Saturday, and there's 2 cars in the lot. There's the Mini Cooper, and then there's this beat-up car. It's probably Hayden's. I don't know. But anyway, he goes, she says, "You want to see her son's new car?" And I said, "I'd love to see that." Anyway, I start walking to the beater, and she said it made his day. Made his day. Because I walk over, this?
Good for him. Since he was 10, I love it.
Gosh. My first car, 67 Volkswagen Bug.
Oh, you had a Bug.
I had a Bug, yeah.
Yeah,
I bought 3 of them because I couldn't believe what pieces of crap the first 2 were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
but they started. Remember Woody Allen's movie Sleeper?
Of course.
It starts out with getting out of the VW. I jumped all these people in the winter in Chicago, all these people with nice cars. My Bug started. And
if it didn't, you would push it and pop the clutch. They called it popping the clutch.
My
remember?
first funny, I was going to ask you this too, the first routine. That was the first routine I ever did that got a laugh. I was bombing every night for weeks. I never had, it's very funny. I saw Larry Reed writing in a notebook, and I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm preparing my set." I go, "You prepare this stuff?" He goes, "You don't?" I go, "No." He goes, "That explains a lot." So anyway, I was late for an open mic night. I used to have to park on a hill. So I'd run the car down.
So the car would go down. You had to park on a hill.
Pop the clutch.
Strategic parking, yeah.
So anyway, the car died right about a half mile before the club. So I come barreling through the door, and I just got there in time for the MC to walk up, and he saw me. So he brings me up. I hit the stage full of angst and screaming in this piece of garbage car, and I just laid into about the VW Bug.
And that was your bit.
You got the heater going, and it'll burn every hair off your ankles like driving around with a flamethrower on the floorboard.
That's exactly right. There's no regulation.
The frosters, your breath in a rag. I mean, it's a piece of, you're driving around with a little Nazi tank slit in a snowstorm. The whole thing, man. The whole thing.
A little cubby in the back.
My
mom had them all the time. My mom would have a Beetle. And one time what
was the first routine you ever did that you can remember? That was
easy. Celebrity smoking pot in Mayberry. You know how I wrote it. I wrote it. My friends would pass me the joint, and I would do a different character. And that's how my first bit was. Like, "Here you go, Barney." Barney Fife. "That's some good weed right there, don't you? I'll tell you, I'm high as 5 people. How about it, Andy?" "That's damn good reefer right there, Floyd. I got the munchies." "Andy, Andy, there are seeds in my marijuana, Andy. Floyd, I'm highly. Brought that one back.
It's still working.
It's still,
It's
if you
still
know
working.
who I'm doing,
Yeah.
I had a kid in the audience last night. I swear this is true. I said, Andy Griffith, no idea. I said, oh, that's so sad. You don't know who Barney is? Oh, yeah, Barney, the dinosaur. Place lost it. I said, how many just felt like a dinosaur?
I know, right.
So I did a mashup. I did Barney Fife as Barney the dinosaur to bring the generations together.
Oh, how cool is that?
I love you, you love me. We're happy. How about it there, baby? Bye. I looped them in the movie Pleasantville.
I did not know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. It's not in the credits. They still get paid for it. But the movie Pleasantville.
Who was the producer of that?
The director was
No, the guy that made the decision not to put your name in the credits.
Oh no! I think I'm in the credits as the
Let's
narrator.
throw
I
him
was a
under the
narrator
bus.
also. No, they were good to me. They were good, but they brought me in knowing
That's
I could do it.
kind.
He was sick. Don Knotts was sick.
Yeah.
I think it was his last movie. So not only did I imitate him, I had to become him as an old person because he was really old.
Yeah.
So if you watch carefully, if you listen carefully in the movie, he circles the apple in a telestrate. It's my voice going, boom, what do you call that right there, bud? The forbidden fruit here in Pleasantville. I'm your TV repairman, bud. So
Oh, that's great.
I met him too, and that was a big day for me.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that was one. I say never meet your heroes, and he's always been a hero. I told you I was a geek growing up.
Right.
This was my man. This is like my idol. So I became him. So he's sitting there, I did comic relief, and people tell me this story about him backstage. He was doing the Steve Allen show. They did a retrospective, so all the Steve Allen show cast was there for comic relief in 97, 98.
Oh, yeah.
And this is at Universal Studios, and there's a big tent. And he's backstage watching me do him live in the other room in the theater.
Cool is that?
And he's like watching, and Steve Allen he's sitting there, his bad eyes, he's looking at the thing. Everybody said they were all fascinated watching him watch me. And then they brought me up for a press conference. I did really well. It was like my breakout show. Me and Chris Rock. You ever heard of him?
Yeah. I think
He did all right.
I saw Chris.
We were the two breakouts.
In stand-up, the comic strip in New York. He was 15.
He's amazing. So I'm doing a press conference. It was so weird. They're shouting questions at me. All of a sudden, I went from complete unknown to press conference. Then they bring him up real gingerly, walks up on stage, and I'm standing next to him. I'm like, God, it's Don Knotts. And he said, do dueling Barneys. And he goes, I can't do it anymore. You do me better than me. So, I have a picture of me and him hanging out for an hour.
That's great.
Afterwards. Yeah, it was
I'll tell you what impressionists do. They used to do. I don't see much comedy anymore. But I remember Frank Gorshin.
Yeah.
I never was able to look at Kirk Douglas without going,
right? Well, there's a bunch of them. There was a bunch of them. They would I can't think of Richard Nixon without
right.
without peace signs.
Yeah.
Where are the tapes?
Yeah.
They would have certain. Then they would like make up things, and then you would think that I was. I think there was Judy. They would do
Judy.
They would do Cary Grant, but he never said Judy.
I know.
So you're watching the impressions, Judy.
Yeah.
It never happened.
Never happened.
No, we used to watch those impressionists. I have a story actually related to an impressionist who you will remember. Do you remember Fred Travellina?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So can I tell a story now? It's kind of a deep story. It also has to do with my faith.
Yeah.
So I was speaking at this church during right around the pandemic, close to me. I was asked to be by this minister who I happen to know, but it was on a Saturday morning.
Did you open with the story about being in the stadium with the New Yorkers?
A lot was out, and no Love Master either.
Okay.
Oh yeah, baby. They don't want to hear that. So no, I actually, you got nightclub head, and then you got church head.
Absolutely,
and it's a different,
that's the way
head.
guys were raised. I mean, all those Borscht Belt comics and stuff, they could do both.
Yeah. And it's not the easiest transition, but what I was speaking about was the healing powers of laughter, which I'll get to you about my friend with the brain cancer.
Yeah.
I was telling that story. That's typical comics. We went like 9 different routes. We'll get back to
We'll
it.
get there. We'll get there.
So I'm speaking, and it was all Christian men. And this guy comes up to me afterwards. He goes, well, I'll get back to that. One guy comes up and he goes, you were great. And he goes, you know who my father was? He goes, Fred Travellina.
Oh, wow.
And he's a real man of faith, this guy. He became my friend, my good friend, Corey Travellina. And I said, your dad meant so much to me because he has an effect on me to this day. You know what it was? He hosted me and my grandmother. I'm a complete unknown kid backstage in Atlantic City. And he spent like an hour with us.
Oh, wow.
And I'll never, my grandmother's on, Fred, I see him on Merv. I see him on Merv. Here we are. I made my grandmother happy. I was so happy. He was the nicest guy. And from that moment forward, every show I do meet and greets. I meet people all the time. I'm friends with people all over the country. They're my family. They're my friends. From meeting them afterwards, I love that. And Fred Travellina did that for me. So now I became good friends with his son. So the pastor then comes up to me right after I met him. He goes, I'm Rob McCoy. And he goes, I'm the pastor here. And I said, I've heard about you because of his pandemic response, which that's what I was a big lefty, by the way. I was a big lefty. And this was I soared out of there during the pandemic because I could not believe the way they were lying to us. So, I mean, what in the world? I was like blown away by what I was discovering from my friend who also left the left, my friend Mickey Willis, who did the movie Plandemic. He's the one. He's the really one that got. You should have him as a guest. He's unbelievable.
If you can get him for us,
I totally can get him for him. He's like my brother. Okay. So he was the first. We argued at first. I was like, "What's wrong with you?" Because there's a right winger.
Make sure we get that name.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Plandemic. Watch Plandemic. It's an unbelievable movie. He reveals everything about what happened. But Rob, he would not do that indoor thing, or you can't go to church. He opened up his church during the pandemic. The FBI after him. I heard about him.
Oh, I
love brave people.
I did a church in Southern Cal in the middle of that pandemic.
And Southern Cal is
nobody had a mask on. And I walked on stage and said, apparently you people don't listen to your governor.
It's right.
I don't know.
And the governor was after. Was it that church?
I don't know. 500-600 people unmasked. We had a blast.
It was probably that church.
Absolutely had a blast.
It's called Godspeak.
Yeah.
So Pastor Rob McCoy, so he says, will you stay around? They prayed for me backstage. I was going through, hell with my now ex-wife. So he tells this story. He goes, 36 years ago, studying to be a pastor, and I had this best friend was my mentor, and I wanted to have what he had. He had a wife and 3 kids, and I had a fiance, and she was in Christianity. I took her back to my parents to introduce them, and she was pregnant. And they said, get out of this house. You either abort that child or get out of this house. We disown you. He says, I can't do that. I'm a Christian. He leaves the house. They disowned him. Then weeks later, she takes a ring, puts it on the dashboard. She goes, I can't marry you. It's not your baby. It's his best friend's baby, the guy who's mentoring him.
Holy cow.
Can you imagine that? So he's telling this story. I'm going, it's unbelievable what this guy went through. So now he lost his best friend in Christianity, his mentor. He lost his fiance and lost his family all in a couple of weeks. So he's distraught. He's going to kill himself. He knows exactly how he's going to do it. He's going to go down this road and drive off and perish to the left down this cliff. He's driving along. A miracle occurred, and he made the right. And a week later, he met his wife. So he doesn't tell us what the miracle is. And that night, I go to this is a very profound story for me personally, by the way, for my faith. I go to Kenny, Kenny Loggins?
The singer.
Yeah, this is his last night with Loggins in Messina. I used to tour with Kenny, so I had great seats. He shouted me out and everything. He's doing this song literally called Peace of Mind. I was really feeling prayed for and just feeling that divine spirit inside of me. And I get a text during the song, and it's from Rob McCoy, the pastor, and he goes, the reason I didn't drive off the cliff is someone had just handed me a CD from a comedian named Craig Shoemaker. I laughed until I cried. Life is worth living. You saved my life. I'm your best friend forever.
Oh, my gosh.
Is that crazy?
That is cool, man.
Yeah. And from that
you
moment,
probably get this coming out of the pandemic. I never looked at what I did as anything more than a job, but coming out of the pandemic, I would have husbands, while their wives went to the bathroom, tearing up, telling me it's the first time I've heard my wife laugh in 2 years.
Exactly.
And you start realizing that maybe the clowns we were put here for
100%,
for a purpose.
And you know, it's really weird. I'm sure you have this voice inside of you that wants to be humble. I think you even open up the show being humble, like nobody, you know. I mean, we do that all the time, but that's programmed into us because we don't want to be cocky or not, give the glory where it belongs. But we really are. We have a gift, and I have to own that all the time. I'd say it's okay to own that we have a gift of happiness and joy and laughter that is going to help people. I've had people that were going to commit suicide. Other people have told me. Other people that told me, my best friend got brain cancer. They said, you have 3 months to live. And that's the day I started these programs, guided laughitation, chuckle chatter, intentional laughing. Because jokes are subjective, laughter's not. So I did these programs in this cancer facility. He gave him 3 months to live. He showed up for all of it. I was making up as I went along. I came up with this whole new system. He lived 15 years past that prognosis.
Wow.
15 years. I made him laugh on his deathbed. He was in a coma, and I was like, I said, 15 years, we were with him all the way. The little team, his name is Michael Goldberg, Golds, he was always dying, and we'd get him together again, we'd put him back together again. And finally, it was the end. He was in this old folks' home. He was staring. He was in a coma. We filmed it. I said, do you even know I'm here? I'm like waving my hands. Nope, just staring. He's in a total coma. I said, what can I do for you? I was so frustrated. I just wanted this guy to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I leaned in and I said, you want me to give you a handy? I said, I've never done anybody but my own. I'll give you a handy. He came out of a coma and he goes, he laughed.
Oh,
and I felt like that was my gift. I made him laugh on his deathbed. He died a few days later. But I feel so good about all of the laughter that we bring. You just have to own it and be okay with it. It's like, it's okay. Maybe that's why we're here.
Yeah.
It's turning pain into punchlines.
Sister,
I mean, that's the way it goes.
My sister, when my mother passed, both my sisters lost their best friend. My mom and my sisters were very, very close. And year and a half after she passed, Vic was still mourning. I mean, the loss.
Yeah.
And I was down there for my nephew's wedding. So I had my arm around her for a picture. And I said, you remember when we were in hospice with Mom and she slipped into the coma? We all went in to say our goodbyes. We knew she was leaving this earth. Vicky goes, yeah, I remember that. And I said, I just want you to know that she said I was her favorite. And the picture of my sister just laughing.
I've laughed at funerals, so I think they should be called funerals.
Well, we were at the hospice telling Mom stories.
Yeah.
We're howling. We're in that place howling. And some nurse came over and said, not everybody here is having the time of their life. Yeah. But I said, well, you have to know my mom.
Why not?
Yeah, she.
I tell people this. I do these guided laughitations and things. I have this thing called a laugh bath, and I'll have them. Have them say, "What's your obstacle? What's your fear? What's getting in your way of your bliss?" And once in a while, they'll say something deep, like a death.
Yeah.
And the way I approach it, as we're laughing, is because you can't laugh about that. You can laugh about anything because it's for your own good, your own health. You laugh for the health of it. So what I say in the chuckle chat, I say out loud is they want you to be happy. Who's ever passed away, you think they want you grieving all the time? No, that's a burden on them. That's guilt.
Yeah.
If they're thinking to themselves, no, please go be happy. Please enjoy yourselves, even if it's my expense.
Yeah,
I want people to laugh at me till I'm long, long gone.
Yeah, we're making. I make a joke about it, but it's also Tammy. That's our pillow talk now. What do you want to do with the ashes? I mean, we used to kiss every now and then. Now it's just like, you die first. What do you want me to do with your ashes and stuff? So I made the joke. I said, and I'm serious. I want them in an Amazon box, and I want them thrown in a grave, and you can take a picture and let everyone know I've been delivered. It's like, but Kenny Rogerson had one of the best funeral jokes. He wants a cardboard imprint of him next to the casket. Just waving and laughing and tipping a beer, waving and laughing, tipping a beer, so we can all come and say goodbye to Kenny, and remember him the way we remembered him.
I used to think that it was so stupid to do the ashes thing. Now I'm like, yeah, why would I waste all this in a big giant box that cost a fortune and everything? My dad cremated, put his ashes where he went fishing.
Well, you're a golfer. You'll love this.
What?
My dad, every year, we'd play in the Memorial Tournament in Kentucky. And now it's flighted. and he was always in the highest flight. They call them dew droppers. He would hit there at 6:30 in the morning.
And he was good.
And no, it was terrible.
You mean the highest flight's the worst people?
No, the 14th flight. You know, there's the first flight, which are the best players.
They're the best,
and then the
yeah.
14th. He was like the 14th.
I'd be with your dad.
So anyway, he says for years, it was Memorial Weekend. So if you win Saturday, lose Sunday, you don't play Monday. But if you lose Saturday, win Sunday, you play Monday. The key was to win your match on Sunday. Years, never played Monday. So I pull into the court. You know, I always teed off 4 hours after he did. So I'm pulling in the lot. Somebody comes out, your dad's in a playoff to play Monday. So I hop in a cart and I'm driving out. And it's a par 5. And I'm seeing him coming off the green. Shoulders are slumped. He's dragging the putter behind him. And I wanted to turn around because, you know, I figured, okay, he got beat.
Yeah.
But he saw me, and he gives me one of these half-ass waves. And then I pull up with the card. I go, so how'd you do? He goes, I won. You won? And he goes, yeah, with an 11. The other guy made a 13.
Oh, wow.
So when he died, my nephews came up from Texas. My sister was living down there. She took care of all the ashes and stuff. I said, give me some ashes. And then let Brian and Michael come up and we'll celebrate. We'll play in the Memorial Tournament. And then the practice round, all 3 of us hit 2 balls out of bounds on that hole in honor of Dad when we dumped his ashes in the sand trap.
Really?
Yeah, it was really kind of cool,
great.
man. Really kind of cool.
I play in these celebrity golf tournaments. It's, you know what it is? The celebrities are athletes. They're trained from birth to be an athlete. I don't have that kind of mentality. Even their wives are trained that sports are number one. Everything about them. So I got a trophy for closest to the car on the last. I hit a wedding, but it's so embarrassing. And then they mic me up and they have cameras on me because they think I'm going to be funny. And it's me and Ray Romano, who's also not funny on the course.
Right, me neither.
Oh, you're not funny either?
Oh, my gosh, man. My cousin was a pro and get us in these money games.
Yeah.
I can play golf. I used to play better. But
yeah.
Anyway, we're in a money game. And he says, I always try to figure out what hole it would be on the back 9. My friends would come over and go, your cousin's not funny. You know? So,
they're expecting
always,
it.
Well, that's it. I'll tell you a funny story.
I'm the opposite of funny, by the way. I'm too uptight.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story.
We played in the Marshall Falk tournament. Marshall Falk, the running back. Thank God he was there because I could curse on TV. I go, Marshall Falk! Marshall Falk! You don't have to edit that.
Yeah, we know Falk is Falk. Yeah. So anyway, I played. I opened for Glenn Campbell at the Traditions Golf Tournament in Arizona. Right.
Yeah.
So some businessman comes over to me and he says, "Glenn and I are playing Phoenix Country Club tomorrow. Would you like to join us?" I go, "Oh my gosh, yeah."
Yeah.
So anyway, 12th hole. At some point, Glenn walks over to me. He says, "I guess because you're a professional, we have to pay to get a joke out of you." And I said, "I don't hear any rhinestone cowboy bell around." I'm telling you, he bolted it. He didn't speak another word to me the rest of the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Talk about thin skin. Again.
I played.
But I thought that was very funny. And the other guys laughed. I go, "There's your joke, man." You know.
I played with him. He had Alzheimer's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
It's
sure
really
loved
weird
it.
because
He loved that game, though.
I was playing also with Paul Williams, and they go way back. Remember Paul Williams?
Did you? I got a great story. Did you ever? Paul Williams was on the Tonight Show, and Johnny says to him, "I understand you quit smoking pot. What's the reason?" And Paul Williams said, "I was smoking weed in my closet one day, and I was convinced the guy mowing his lawn 2 blocks away knew I was in my closet smoking weed."
I wonder if I remember that story. I call him Paulie Lama. He's one of my boys.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's my Paulie Lama.
Is he still with us or anything?
Big time, yes.
Oh, really?
Sober, long time.
Oh.
Has a book about it called something about
Get
gratitude.
him on the podcast.
I'll get him on here in a minute. He's a great guest. He loves to tell stories. He's got them. He's in a documentary called Paul Williams Still Alive, asking the same question you just did. You just said the title
well,
of
it's
it.
so funny. You see him everywhere. And
he
then
was everywhere.
You don't see him anywhere.
Yeah. He
You
was
know?
always on a Tonight Show, Cannonball Runs, all those things.
Yeah.
You know, he's like he's Grammy winner. This dude has an unbelievable career.
It's like Martin Mull. I mean, we saw him. Is he still with us?
No, Martin Mull's not.
Oh, okay.
He's been gone for a while. But no, Paul, he's still he plays golf. Can't hit it out of his shadow. Don't tell him I said that.
Yeah.
It's a little.
Well, he's not watching this, so.
Sure, he will when he's prepping to be on it.
Oh, okay.
When he's going to look at my episode. All right, Paul, I'll give your book a plug.
Yeah.
It's a good book, about sobriety. He's really it's Gratitude and Trust. It's called
Gratitude and Trust.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. He's a great guy. A lot of people don't know who he is, but he was a huge songwriter. He wrote most of the Carpenter stuff. But the hell with him. I'm on here now. Let's go. Read my resume.
Right. Well, we have questions that people posed.
Oh, they did. Wow.
And usually about
it was
recovery.
you and Carolyn.
It's about recovery. Yeah, shh. Don't give the tricks of the
people
trade.
Post.
It's probably Chad.
I found it. It's my boyfriend.
Yeah. Do you use Grok or Chat?
I use Chat, but I'm going to switch to Grok. I'm a little mad at Chat right now. I actually have had some words with Chat recently.
Oh, really?
I said, "Why are you doing this to me? It's like being with my ex-wife. It's like challenging me, and I'm like it's doing what I'm not asking." With my ex-wife, I suffer from erectile dysfunction. I'm never right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that because I live with Tammy is this close to clinically OCD.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I've said that if Carolyn described her as an Amish woman who carries a Louis Vuitton purse. She digs in the soil, but she likes nice things.
That's great.
I've always said if she went to the Louvre, if there was one picture that was slightly askew, it would ruin the entire trip to Paris for her. For 5 days, I'd hear about it. Don't they have people? They don't have people. I mean, her mother came to visit for Christmas one year, and our church had a band. It's Nashville. They had a band.
Yeah.
And for 5 days, all I heard was, "How do you go to a place that doesn't have a choir? There's no choir. How do you not have a choir?" I go, "Did you hear the message of the baby Jesus, Ma?" I mean, so, yeah, but she'll spot. I mean, I'll go to give her a kiss in the morning. I'll be walking towards her, and she'll pull back and then flick something off my face. And I go, "Can I just kiss you before you correct me?" And
my mom, I call my mom Rain Girl. Remember Rain Man?
Yeah.
And then we all watched Rain Man together, and that is her.
That is.
She's unbelievable.
She's still belly dancing?
She doesn't belly dance anymore. She's a little past that, but
can she do the moves though?
She hula. She was something else, but she was a divorcee, so all my friends wanted her. She bought us a keg.
Isn't that funny?
For my graduation.
Last time you heard the term divorcee,
right?
Yeah.
My dad had his own cult. He ended up with a cult of women. He had 14 women. He called his harem, and he ran mule rides in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. That's what he did.
You're serious?
Yeah. My dad was quite a character, and talk about the love master. One time, he was an entrepreneur, which is a French word for scam artist. So he always had a new scheme, usually pyramid. He says, "Barbara."
That was the heyday of the pyramid.
Oh, yeah, Fuller Brushes. He started as a Fuller Brushman, and then he calls, he goes, "This is strike me dead. Barbara, if you want your child support check," which he never gave ever once, he dangled the carrot. "Invite your big-breasted friends over. I'm selling bras." He had bras meets Amway, right? So I hadn't seen him in years, and there he is in the living room.
Big-breasted. Now you got friends.
He goes, "No flatsies."
Now she's got
no flatsies. No flatsies. I'm with the big ones.
She's got friends that weren't invited, and they're ticked off. Why
because
wasn't
they
I
never
invited?
a cup size.
Well, your breasts aren't big enough.
So there, I'm looking in the living room. I'm like 7 years old, and there he is, smoking a pipe with my Aunt Barbara, Aunt Fran, Aunt Dottie. They weren't real aunts, but there they were in bras. He's there. "Turn around, Dottie. Show how it lifts and separates. Don't be shy. It's just you women and me. This is the 3-class model for the full-figured woman." This is only one of his jobs. And then he ended up in the mule business. And he had a harem. One of my great moments in stand-up was I went